One of the co-sponsors of tonight's event is the Chabad Lubavitch Center of Southern Minnesota, headquartered in Rochester. And without further ado, we would like to call upon the Executive Director and Rabbi of Chabad to share the story and the miracle of Hanukkah.
Yay!
Yes!
Woohoo!
Hello? Hi. Is the microphone working?
No.
How about now?
Yes.
Testing. Okay.
No.
Now?
Yeah.
We have to stand.
Keep talking.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is my son, Shloime. The dreidel man will reveal his secret identity. And it's a pleasure to be here, to be on this first night of Hanukkah, to celebrate a beautiful evening with lighting up the night with the Hanukkah light. We're familiar with the story of Hanukkah. It harkens back more than 2,000 years when the Greeks had invaded the Holy Land, and there was a revolution of Maccabees, a family, a priestly family in Israel called the Maccabees, led by Judah the Maccabee. And they came and they repelled the Greeks from their running of the Holy Land, and they chased them out. And when they chased them out, they came back to rededicate the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, the eternal capital of Israel.
Yes. Yes.
And what they discovered was a mess. It was completely defiled, and it was a job to clean it up. And while they cleaned it up, they discovered they wanted to reinstitute the practices and the observances in the Holy Temple. One of those observances is the kindling of the Menorah, the 7-branch candelabra. And it's done with olive oil. And they did not find any oil. All the oil was defiled. There's specific rules and regulations you can imagine when it comes to Jewish laws of what's required to be able to light with the materials you're able to use for the kindling of the menorah. But they did miraculously find one jar of undefiled, uncontaminated oil, enough to last just for one day. And rather than them be despondent and do nothing, with absolute faith, that they kindled the menorah, and miraculously the oil that was enough to last for one day lasted for 8. Enough time for them to get a new supply of oil. And to commemorate that and remember that miracle, we light the menorah. One night, a light for every night, increasing. But tonight, we're just doing one, the first one. And when we light this menorah, we also recall the miracle of the victory, because there was the few over the many, the weak over the strong, the pure over the impure. But nevertheless, God helped them, and they were successful. And part of this celebration is done in such a way to share the message that light does overcome darkness. In our own lives, it may be dark and it may be tough, but all you got to do is light a little light. When we light a little light, it dispels much darkness. And anything that you light and you help others ignite a light, it doesn't diminish from your own light. So tonight, we're not scared to come all the way from Rochester to add light to Northfield. Our friends in Northfield are inspirations to us, are sources of inspiration to us. And we all are proud to be part of the same community, Southern Minnesota, proud to be of Minnesota, proud to be Americans, and privileged that we're able to celebrate our religious freedoms happily, safely, and among our good friends. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Ooh. Okay. At this point, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Northfield community. Thank you. the Northfield community and the Northfield Jewish community, with Alan Rubenstein, sorry, and of course, and family, and Professor Cooper, Larry, Reb Lawrence, oh yeah, who of course were able to make this happen, to put together the menorah, to make sure there was somebody to donate the menorah, to get the donuts here, the latkes, the tables, the rabbis, the dreidel man, the beautiful necklaces, and of course this wonderful speaker, and the electricity behind it. And talking about the electricity behind this speaker, I'd like to now welcome and thank Mayor Pownell and Councilman Colby. If you could please come up actually to the front of the menorah. Please give them a round of applause, and thank you guys so much for representing the city of Northfield at this wonderful event. And I'd like to take this opportunity to ask the mayor to share a couple of words. If you stand right here, it works. I can't figure it out, I'm sorry.
Well, it's such a pleasure to be participating in this special celebration here with all of you. I'm really appreciated that Councilman Colby has joined me here tonight, and I think we might have maybe one or two others that might be joining us that maybe, yes. Councilman Peterson White, please join us up front. We have a meeting tonight at 6 o'clock, but it's such an honor. I'm so thankful that you started this at 5 o'clock tonight so that we can participate and celebrate with you in this first ever menorah lighting in celebration of Hanukkah. So thank you so much for being here tonight, and we're just really thankful that you're doing this here in our city. Thank you.
Thank you again, thank you again. Okay. At this point, we're gonna start lighting the menorahs. We're gonna say the blessings, okay, while I climb up to light the menorah, and afterward we're gonna sing a couple songs. Period.
I'm not carrying the speaker up on the ladder.
And reach for the first candle. We're going to start saying the blessings together. If you know them, please join in. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner Hanukkah Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim aloseinu bayamim ha'hem
if we look at our song sheets on the bottom of our song sheets, Mao's story. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Mao's Yeshua Elishabeya Tikom Beit Tefilati V'sham Dadan Hizabeya Tachin Matbeya Mitzah Hamnabeya Ozegmor V'shir Mizmor Hanukkah HaMizbeach Ozegmor V'shir Mizmor Hanukkah HaMizbeach. At this point,
We're gonna sing song number 2.
Who's ready? Who knows this one?
Who knows this one? You ready?
No, we're tired.
Everybody look inside. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel, I shall play. Everybody stop. Everybody put your hand on your head like this and twirl. Oh dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel, I shall play. It has a with legs so short and thin. And when I spin my dreidel, it stops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready,
oh dreidel, I shall play.
okay.